It's Sharp in the morning. Turn it up. Jim Sharp, 550 KFYI.
Yep, you made it. At the top of the hour, we told you, talked about this last hour too. The fact that Marvel has now rolled out a black Captain America. So the original Captain America, Steve Rogers, is apparently what's happened to him is he's been somehow or another he's been transformed. I got to be honest with you, I am not buying the comic book anymore. He's somehow or another has ended up in the body of a 100-year-old man. So obviously he can't carry out the job of being Captain America anymore. So Sam Wilson, who was the Falcon, will now take over the job of Captain America. And the Falcon, of course, is very closely associated with Captain America. In fact, for a while, the comic book was Captain America and Falcon. So it makes sense. The big deal is, of course, though, that Captain America is now going to be an African American. And Marvel Comics just went nuts with this. It was all a big deal. And, in their minds, this is their Rosa Parks moment. Captain America's black and Thor's a woman now. And, aren't we changing the world one comic book at a time? What's amazing to me is I think they're still thinking this is going to shock people. It's 2014. They're thinking this is going to shock people, that Captain America is going to be black. Whoa, America's changed. They're thinking that the National Guard is going to have to, accompany Captain America to school or something. Like this is 1950s South. It's the thing that drives me crazy about this. I don't care if Captain America is African American. Why not? That's fine. And there's been black superheroes for a number of years. Who cares? It's the way they put it out. It's just like they're trying to see how cool we are and how shocking we are. And aren't you impressed that we're so inclusive? No, I'm not impressed. In fact, the fact that it took you until 2014 to have a black superhero, to have a black Captain America, shame on you. It's like, how long did it take the Boston Red Sox to have a black player on their team? They were the last to integrate. How many years after Jackie Robinson? It's like, you guys are like the Boston Red Sox of comic books. You got a woman Thor and you got a black Captain America. We're not impressed. It doesn't matter to people anymore. Except unless, of course, you're trying to get some publicity and you have Archie murdered off by a crazed gunman who's trying to kill a gay senator. Next month's issue, by the way, Moose hooked on painkillers. Yeah, and Jughead soliciting for prostitution is busted for that. And then you were telling me about there's this comic book guy that's going to be on NBC now, Constantine. I'd never even heard of Constantine.
Yeah, there's going to be a ton of comic book series coming to television, and Constantine is one of the first ones.
Well, we already have the Arrow. That's based on the Green Arrow. There's always comic book. You've got what's the Avengers? Their sidekicks. The
Shield.
Yeah, Shield. You got the Agents of Shield.
Yeah, Shield's success is what's having all the, because that's what networks do. Is when something works, everyone goes and tries to make as many copies of it as possible.
Right. That's why we're going to have more Mega Shredder shows.
So the question is, will Constantine be bisexual in the television show?
Because he is in the comic book.
Correct.
Okay.
And I guess it's only referenced like 2 or 3 times in the history of the comic. And NBC says it has nothing to do with the plot. He mentions it a couple times, but the plot of the comic books never get into his dating life, so we're not going to bring it up either.
Okay.
But then there's the real controversy is whether or not he's going to be a smoker.
Oh, he's a smoking bisexual.
And he's thinking about attending the U of A. So that will be trouble.
Yes. So you said they've got a way around this?
Yeah, they're going to compromise because they think that his character smoking is important. But you'll never actually see him smoking. When the scene starts, you'll see him flick the cigarette to the side, put it out in an ashtray, stomp it out with his front of his shoe, like Olivia Newton-John in Grease. Tell me about it, stud.
Or put it out in the supervillain's forehead.
Or his tongue just...
Oh, there you go. Now that's my kind of superhero right there.
But you won't see him smoke.
You won't see him smoke, but you'll see him with a cigarette.
You'll see him put out a cigarette, yes.
Okay. Will he have
light a cigarette, or like pull one out of a pack and about to light it, and the scene gets cut.
Maybe they'll put maybe he'll roll a cigarette pack up in his shirt sleeve.
Hey! Constantine Fonz.
Wow. Well, maybe he'll quit smoking, and then that'll be something that the comic book companies can, like, the first former smoker superhero ever. Oh, we're so impressed. This is so cool.
The first superhero ever to wear a patch.
Right, there you go. And I don't know if you've known anybody like this. I've known people who actually wear the patch while smoking.
That would be a great superhero. He wears a patch over its eye, but it's a nicotine patch?
Nicotine Man. That's where he gets his
Nick.
power. It's like
Super Nick.
It's like Superman's yellow sun. It gives him sustrength. That's how Superman gets his powers.
I thought
sun.
it was a racist joke about Superman's son.
Superman he probably has many sons. You know, he's like, he can be there on the other side of the world like that, you know. Yeah. All right. Enough comic books. I just, that's the thing is it's like, just give me a good plot.
But look at this: the Black Captain America, the female Thor, Archie dying. Comic books are reaching for an audience.
They're trying
wherever they can get it.
They're trying like crazy. And really, honestly, people see superheroes in movies and television shows. We don't. I'm an adult. I don't read comic books. Now, there are people out there that read comic books that are adults. That's fine.
There's
whatever.
hundreds of thousands of them, but there's how many people? 300 million people in the United States.
Yeah.
And they're only selling 100,000 of each copy.
I guess that's what it is. It's 2014, and you gave us a Black Captain America. Woo-wee! We're impressed. You guys are a little. Once again, you're the Boston Red Sox of comic books.
I heard that the next Hulk is going to be left-handed.
Here's the sad part is he's been doing way too much upper body workout and his legs are really skinny. You know those guys. You've seen those guys at the gym. They never work their legs, and it's always just like, wow.
Hulk smash because can't use scissors.